Your paycheck is not making you free, it is keeping your cage clean. That is the part nobody wants to admit. You work hard, you get paid, you cover the bills, you survive another month, and somehow that starts feeling like progress. But if every paycheck only gets you back to the same place, you are not building wealth. You are financing the trap. That is why so many people feel exhausted by money. Not because they never get paid, but because every time they get paid, the money goes straight into maintaining a life that keeps them stuck. Rent gets paid, car payment gets paid, debt gets paid, insurance gets paid, subscriptions get paid, food gets paid. Everyone gets paid, except your future. And that is the problem. Most people are not getting paid to build freedom. They are getting paid to keep the machine running. And the machine is expensive. That machine is your lifestyle, your bills, your fixed costs, your old decisions, your monthly payments, your comfort habits, your normal life. And every paycheck comes in like fuel, just to keep that machine alive for another 30 days. That is not freedom. That is maintenance. And maintenance can feel like progress if you never stop to ask, what is actually getting better? Because paying bills is responsible, but paying bills forever while nothing changes, that is not a plan. That is a loop, and a lot of people are trapped inside that loop. Money comes in, money goes out, stress goes down for a second, then stress comes back. Then the next paycheck becomes the next rescue mission, again and again and again. That is how you get paid to stay stuck. Not because you are lazy, not because you are stupid, but because your income is being used to maintain your current position instead of improve it. That is the difference. Income can maintain your life, or income can change your life. Most people accidentally choose maintenance, and the scary part is it feels normal. You wake up, you work, you get paid, you pay what has to be paid, you buy a little relief, you make it to next month, and because nothing explodes, you think you are doing okay. Maybe you are, but okay is not the same as free. Okay can still be a cage, a comfortable cage, a clean cage, a cage with Wi-Fi, food delivery, and a car payment, but still a cage. Because if missing 1 or 2 paychecks would destroy your life, your income is not giving you freedom. It is giving you permission to continue. That is a brutal truth. And history keeps showing the same pattern. In the past, people were limited by what they could actually afford. Then credit changed the game. Installment plans made it possible to buy things before you fully owned them. Credit cards made spending feel painless. Car loans stretched longer. Mortgages got bigger. Subscriptions became automatic. Buy now, pay later made debt look harmless. And slowly, normal life became something you could rent every month. You don't need to own it. You just need to keep paying. That is the modern trap. You can look like you are moving up, while your paycheck is quietly being locked into more obligations. A nicer apartment, a better car, a newer phone, more services, more convenience, more comfort, more payments. And suddenly, your paycheck has a job before it even arrives. Not to build your future, to protect the lifestyle you already upgraded into. That is why raises often don't change anything. People earn more, then immediately increase the cost of being themselves. Better place, better car, better routine, better weekends, better comfort, better image. But the margin stays tiny. And if the margin stays tiny, freedom stays tiny. That is the rule. Because money only changes your life when some of it stays with you. If every dollar is already assigned to keeping the present alive, then your future gets nothing. And a future that gets nothing stays weak. Let's make this painfully simple. Imagine someone makes $4,000 a month after tax. Not terrible. But then the paycheck gets sliced up. Rent takes $1,500. Car takes $600. Insurance takes $200. Phone and internet take $150. Food takes $600. Debt takes $300. Subscriptions and apps take $100. Gas, small bills, and random basics take another $400. Now they have worked all month. They got paid. They did not do anything insane. No Lamborghini, no private jet, no diamond chain, just normal life. And almost everything is gone. That person is not broke because of one stupid purchase. They are stuck because their baseline life eats the paycheck. That is the difference. A spending problem is one thing. A structural problem is worse, because a spending problem can happen once. A structural problem repeats every month. A structural problem waits for payday, then takes its cut every time. That is why monthly obligations are so dangerous. They do not ask how you feel. They do not care if you had a bad month. They do not care if you want to save. They just arrive. Rent arrives. Car payment arrives. Debt minimum arrives. Insurance arrives. Subscription renews. And your paycheck gets smaller before your future even gets a chance. This is why I just need to make more money is only half true. Yes, more income helps, but if more income just feeds the same machine, nothing changes. A bigger paycheck can still be trapped. A higher salary can still feel weak. A person can earn more than ever and still feel like they are one problem away from panic. That is expensive fragility. And expensive fragility is everywhere. People think wealth is about income, but wealth starts with margin, the gap, the breathing room, the part of your paycheck that is not already owned by someone else. That gap is where your future lives. Savings live there. Investments live there. Debt freedom lives there. Options live there. Peace lives there. But if the gap is gone, then every paycheck only does one thing: keeps you running in place. That is why the title matters. You're getting paid just to stay stuck, because the money arrives, but your position does not improve. Your emergency fund does not grow. Your debt does not shrink. Your investments do not build. Your stress does not actually disappear. You just reset the clock. Another month survived, but not escaped. Now, to be fair, not every cost is optional. You need housing. You need food. You need transport. Life is not free. And some people are genuinely squeezed. Rent is high. Food is expensive. Insurance is insane. Wages do not always keep up. So this is not some fake lecture where I pretend every problem disappears if you cancel a streaming service. That is nonsense. But even inside a hard economy, the question still matters. Is my paycheck maintaining my life or improving my position? Because those are not the same thing. And if it is only maintaining your life, you need to notice that, not to feel ashamed, to take control. Because the system works best when you never question it, when you just keep paying, keep renewing, keep upgrading, keep accepting monthly payments as normal, keep thinking survival is progress. But the moment you ask, what is actually getting stronger? The illusion starts cracking. That is the first move. Look at your paycheck and ask, who gets this money before I do? Rent, debt, car, subscriptions, old choices, comfort habits, lifestyle. Then ask the second question, how much of this paycheck is actually building something for me? Not maintaining, building, emergency fund, debt payoff, investing, skill building, business runway, future options. That is the money that matters. Because that is the money that changes your life. The rest might be necessary, but it is not building. And if nothing is building, you stay stuck. So what should you do? First, stop letting every dollar enter your life without a job. If money comes in unassigned, your lifestyle will assign it for you. And your lifestyle is not generous. It will spend everything you leave exposed. Second, pay your future first, not with whatever is left, because whatever is left is usually nothing. Take a piece first, even if it is small: savings, debt payoff, investing, whatever your next strongest move is, but it has to happen before the month starts eating. Third, attack fixed costs like they are stealing your freedom, because they are. A one-time purchase can hurt, but fixed costs repeat. That is what makes them dangerous. Every monthly payment is a small claim on future you. Too many claims, and future you has no room to move. Fourth, stop upgrading your baseline too quickly. This is where people get caught. They get a raise, then upgrade normal. Now, the better lifestyle becomes the new minimum. And once a luxury becomes normal, cutting it feels painful. That is how people trap themselves with their own progress. Fifth, create margin on purpose. Not by accident, not if there's anything left. On purpose. Because margin is freedom. Margin is what lets you breathe. Margin is what makes investing possible. Margin is what makes emergencies annoying instead of devastating. Margin is what turns a paycheck into a tool instead of a temporary refill. That is the shift. Your paycheck should not only keep your life alive, it should make your life stronger. If it doesn't, something is wrong. Maybe income needs to rise. Maybe costs need to fall. Maybe debt needs to die. Maybe lifestyle needs to stop expanding. Maybe old decisions need to be cleaned up. But something has to change. Because if nothing changes, the loop continues. Work, get paid, pay everyone else, feel broke, wait, repeat. That loop can steal years. And the most dangerous part is that it looks responsible from the outside. You are paying bills. You are showing up. You are surviving. You are doing what you are supposed to do. But if the system never makes you stronger, it is not enough. So here's the final thought. Your paycheck is not powerful because of how big it is. It is powerful because of how much of it you still control. If your whole paycheck is already promised to your lifestyle, your debt, and your old decisions, then you are not getting paid to build freedom. You are getting paid to keep the cage running. And once you see that, you can start taking pieces of your paycheck back. One bill, one payment, one habit, 1 month at a time. Because the goal is not just to get paid. The goal is to stop being stuck after you get paid. Subscribe for more simple, animated finance videos.